Good evening and welcome to News Hour. Coming up in this edition of the news, Syrian police denying receiving money from the main opposition party SLPP for police clearance to masquerade the streets of Freetown on Independence Day. President Ernest Bai Koroma launches the Port Local District All People's Congress Veterans Welfare Association. Ministry of Education launches the distribution of teaching and learning materials for schools nationwide. And Minister of Youth Affairs by Mahmoud Bangura discloses plans to introduce technical vocational education in the Mathen Village, Lokomasama Chiefdom, Port Local District. All these stories and more, including business and sports, all lined up in this hour. Stay with us. For our first news story this evening, following the alleged shooting of tear gas canisters and live bullets at the SLPP headquarters in Freetown on Independence Day, the civilian police has denied receiving money from the opposition party for police clearance. Rose Konima Stevens reports.
These party supporters at their Wallace Johnson Street headquarters say the Sierra Leone People's Party is the main opposition party that operates by codes of conduct of the country. They informed SLBC that they obtained police clearance through Odele Union to enable them commemorate their 65th year of existence in the country. Whilst on the streets, they went on, tear gas canisters and live bullets were shot at them, leaving some supporters seriously wounded and some arrested. They described the alleged act by the Sierra Leone police as unjust. As they put it, other political parties were out commemorating the Independence Day. They therefore call on government to release their supporters with no condition.
Well, you know, say this now is 65th year birthday of the party, the Sierra Leone People's Party. We get series of programs that we line up for you, including this match that we forgot. But when we don't do all the process, when I count this young man will explain. We come around now, after we don't give Musara 400,000 as police officer for good protection, he accepted the money. And I know he have used the money, but we refuse, we go deny. Because he ain't good for deny always. So we come, we don't put the orderly from here. We decide for say this is the best bet we could do. No good respect to the police. Maybe I know say we need them protection. That's all we needed. Because they get over 20 of the little common at the store. Some will come on and get more time. Nobody not arrest them. Nobody not touch. Nobody not talk to anybody. Yeah? After which, then on the lady already dance at this store. All right, from Freetown. Nobody not talk to nobody. But we go with that respect to the police. For saying a woman, they govern we don't come. This is not one of the ladies. Now before the police station, right before the police station, Musa the cameras around me. I was there, I saw Musa in person with order to let them fire.
ASP Brahma Kamara is the head of media and public relations. He denies the allegations over police clearance and or permits to the opposition party for their anniversary celebrations.
They sent in the application very late to the Odele Union because the Odele Union we are supposed to factor them on a list submitted to us and then we grant the permit. But they sent in the application very late to the Odele Union. They sent in the application by the 25th of April. And so the Odele Union informed us that they cannot grant that one, and they informed us by way of document that they cannot grant, they cannot work with them simply because they applied very late. And so when we got that information, we called the director of administration to tell him that we are getting some information that you want to come out. Please don't come out because you are not part of the structures put in place by the Odele Union, and they are the ones who are working with the police. So probably some other time you can come out. He gave the assurance yesterday we are not going to come out. He was going to discuss with the membership, and that one it was fine, well and good. And all of a sudden, yesterday they came out. And when they came out, what they did, they went straight to Celtic police station. That was an act of defiance. Honestly, it was an act of defiance. And they went there, they were asking for the LUC, they were asking for the operational man, ASP Bangura. And the LUC asked them, do you have permit to come out? To the best of our knowledge, you do not have permit to come out. And that discussion had been done together with us, together with your executive, in the person of the director of administration and the police management.
Efforts in reaching the Orderly Union proved futile. However, Agbamolai Abaskouma on the line informs SLBC that no permission was given to the opposition party to commemorate the anniversary since they applied 2 days to independence. On the line also, ASP Musa Bangura denies allegation of receiving money for police clearance. What is left in the minds of the people is that who is saying the truth? SLBC News, Rose Konima Stevens.
Ministers are supporters of the SLPP.
President Ernest Bai Koroma has, in his capacity as chairman and leader of the All People's Congress, launched the Port Loko District All People's Congress Veterans Welfare Association at a session held at the District Council Hall, Port Loko. Raziabash Kamara sent in this report. The chairman and leader of the Port Loko District Veterans Welfare Association, Thomas Kante, expressed gratitude to President Ernest Bai Koroma for all he has done for the veterans in the party, adding that they have never received such recognition. Mr. Kante further commended the president for recognizing all the people that have worked for the progress and success of the party, most of whom hailed from the Port Loko District, for which they are very grateful. Mr. Kante also thanked the president for giving him, an indigene of Port Loko District, the position. Further expressing gratitude to His Excellency the President for the appointment of ministers and deputies of sons and daughters of the district, and appealed to the President to be the life chairman and leader of the party for its continued success and progress. The special advisor to the President and Ambassador at Large, Alhaji Alpha Kanu of the Port Loko District, expressed profound gratitude to President Koroma for the development he has taken to the district and for appointing their children as ministers and deputy ministers. He pointed out that it is a clear demonstration that the President is appreciative of the late Sori Ibrahim Koroma's contribution to the presidency. The National Secretary General of the APC, Alhaji Usmani Ansane, described the day of the launching as very important. This is the first time President Ernest Bai Koroma has celebrated the independence anniversary in Port Loko, during which occasion he recognized the veterans of the party. The APC National Secretary General defined veterans as people that have served in the military or police and are retired, but in politics, they are people that have worked for the party and are still working for the progress and success of the party. Alhaji Usmani Ansane pointed out that the late President Joseph Saidu Momo and the late President Shaka Stevens never had veterans because they didn't have old people, and it is President Koroma that is now receiving the people that have started the APC. The Deputy Interim Chairman, Port Loko District Veterans Welfare Association, Amadou Bunduka, said they are joining the association to enable them gain knowledge from them, which will give them the opportunity to man the affairs of the party diligently. He also thanked President Koroma for all the development he has brought to the district and for appointing their brothers and sisters as ministers and deputies, and assured them that they are solidly behind him to support his national development efforts. Chairlady Kadi Sawyer praised the All People's Congress National Secretary General for the judicious way he is handling the issues of the veterans in the party with patience and goodwill. She appealed to all ministers, members of parliament and other APC stalwarts to support their cause, which she said is vital to the functioning and progress of the party. Wishing the people of Port Loko district a happy independence celebration, President Nkrumah expressed gratitude to them for the massive turnouts at the meeting. At the meeting, the day when the country is celebrating its independence. He, however, noted with dismay that within the 55 years, they have had several challenges as a nation. The president maintained that inside the 55 years, there was civil war that lasted for 11 years, which devastated the blessings of the country, including its infrastructure. He added that before and after the war, Sierra Leone had military rule that disrupted the democratic process of the country. The president emphasized that as the country was settling down to move forward as a nation, they were attacked by the evil Ebola virus, which had a negative impact on the country. He observed that for the past 2 years, they battled with the Ebola outbreak, and during that time, nothing serious happened as everything was brought to a halt. President Nkrumah emphasized that as a nation, they should give thanks and praise to God Almighty for the day, despite all the difficulties, the scores, trials and challenges those problems have left with them as a nation. They are still looking forward with great expectations. He pointed out that as a nation and government, they look forward to build the country's democracy, economy, as a party to continue consolidate its position. He pointed out that as a nation and government, they look forward to building the country's democracy, the economy, and as a party to continue consolidate its position. President Nkrumah congratulated every Sierra Leonean for the great work they have done in developing the nation and for the resilience they have shown in going through the battles of civil war. He maintained that the success has earned them the accolade of a country that has consolidated its peace and brought back its democratic process. The president noted that by the time the world realized that all Sierra Leoneans are remembering the days troops were fighting for them, they are now sending troops out to fight for other countries.
So I want to assure the veterans and say, as a party leadership, government, we will give them all the support. We will continue to play that role for strengthening and consolidating the party. Having said that, it is now beyond great honor for me to launch the Veteran Welfare Association for Port Loko District.
While in Port Loko District, President Nkrumah also joined the people of the district to grace the occasion of a cultural display to mark the Independence Day celebrations at the forecourt of the Baibure Memorial Hall, Port Loko. And later, he inspected the Port Loko Waterworks, the ongoing construction of the Bankasoka Hydroelectric Dam, and the ongoing construction of the Port Loko Stadium. En route to Port Loko District, President Nkrumah made a brief stopover at Masiaka, Koya Chiefdom, where he addressed the community at the Masiaka Town Hall. Receiving the president, the majority leader of the House of Parliament, Honorable Ibrahim Bundu, thanked the president for accepting to make a brief stopover at Masiaka to address the community. This, he said, clearly demonstrates the love, respect and interest President Nkrumah has for its party membership and Sierra Leoneans as a whole. Welcoming President Nkrumah and entourage, the Chairman Council of Paramount Chiefs, Paramount Chief Bombolai Komboli of Koya Chiefdom, thanked His Excellency the President for the appointment of indigents of Port Loko District in key positions. He described the president as a good leader and prayed that the good Lord continues to protect and guide him in sharing the mantle of the state. The Deputy Minister to Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, James Molai Kamara, said it has taken over 16 years since they had a sitting president visiting Koyaf Chiefdom, for which they are very grateful. He assured His Excellency the President that the problems of the chiefdom have now come to an end as they have realized the vision of the President, especially in the area of national development and transforming the lives of people. In his remarks, Honorable Abubakar Koroma again commended the President for honoring their invitation despite his busy schedule. He intimated the President that the people of Koya Chiefdom are highly appreciative of him appointing one of them as Deputy Minister of Education too, and assured him that the people are solidly behind him. Speaking on the revival of Port Loko town, Honorable Abubakar Koroma again commended His Excellency the President for remembering them in his government after the days of the late Sori Ibrahim Koroma, and also for launching the 4-lane and toll system of the Wellington-Masiaka highway, as they will benefit greatly from the project. Addressing the gathering, President Ernest Bai Koroma thanked the community for the massive welcome despite the short notice.
And I think I've been calm at the time for Teluna plenty tanky. I tell una say the lesson we for learn from Ebola is that anything will happen at this country, anything will happen at a district, anything will happen at a community, if we all hold on together, we all work together, we all fight together, we all team up together, that thing is not going to be passed way. We must defeat them. That now we do during the fight against Ebola. And at that I want for make we continue for doing at this country. Let we continue for do what you will do by the fight against Ebola in the recovery program.
President Ernest Bai Koroma has encouraged Sierra Leoneans to make use of the opportunities that have been created by government's public-private sector partnership policy for economic growth. The President was speaking during the commissioning of the Sierra Aka meat processing factory at Jue, the first in the Mano River Union. The meat processing factory at present has the capacity to process 50 cattle a day and 1,000 chickens an hour, and it is fully automated with a machinery that meets international standards. Sheikh Usamaila reports.
A meat processing factory is the first to be established in the Mano River Union. This factory can process 50 cattle a day and 1,000 chickens an hour. This place is fully automated with all of the modern machinery with blast and holding freezers for chickens and beef. Nothing is wasted here as there is a recycling plant that recycles everything. After several years of efforts, this is the result of what public-private partnership can achieve. Chief Agricultural Officer Francis Sako, who chaired of the commissioning ceremony and also board member of the Sierra Aka Agricultural Company, described the Sierra Aka food processing factory as an ultra-modern factory. He said of the leadership of the country under President Ernest Bai Koroma developed strategies to develop agriculture, which include enhancing increase in agricultural production and productivity, promoting commercial agriculture through private sector partnership, strengthening research and extension services, promoting effective and efficient resource management, and mainstreaming cross-cutting themes. He congratulated the CEO of Sierra Aka and NASIT for the partnership
The Minister of Trade and Industry, Captain Aliu Patsu, said of the launching of the Sarah Aka Company is coming at a time when Sierra Leone is pursuing the implementation of the Agenda for Prosperity, which lays foundation towards the journey of reaching a middle-income status by 2035. He said launching the Sarah Aka food processing factory in the country is a novelty for which he is proud because it seeks to ensure food security and as well benchmarks and quality standards. Deputy Minister 1 of Agriculture, Honorable Marie Jalo, said of the commissioning of the Sarah Aka food processing factory is another milestone in the development strides of President Anesbai Nkrumah to see the nation transforms into a viable middle-income level country by injecting massive socio-economic growth in the agriculture sector. The vision of President Nkrumah, she said, is to make agriculture the engine for socio-economic growth and development. The Director General of NASIT, Joseph Mans, said NASIT was proud to partner with Sarah Aka because they saw it that it was a prudent and viable thing to do based on the assessment they did. Minister Mans said that NASIT would continue to partner with Sarah Aka and that they were proud to be part of the achievements. Acting chairman of the Agriculture Committee in Parliament said the Parliamentary Oversight Committee under the leadership of Honorable Alimami Kagbu and his then deputy, late Honorable Dr. Thomas Mark Touré, made frantic efforts to ensure that an enabling environment be created for both the cattle herders in need of grazing space and Sarah Aka, who in turn needed the premises to establish the food processing factory. He encouraged all Sierra Leoneans to patronize with the Sarah Aka processing factory for expansion to provide for the entire country and beyond. Kamara is the chief executive officer of Sarah Aka. He said the company is a young, dynamic and ambitious indigenous agricultural business model in the food sector, and it became a legal person in 2003, and shortly thereafter a feasibility study into the commercial viability of layer farm, which was funded by the Dutch government. Mr. Kamara said the University of Wageningen and Van Hal Institute of Holland studied soil water samples from Sierra Leone, and as a result, the Dutch government, through its private sector window, funded a pilot layer farm at Sumwea in 2010, which now has a capacity of 60,000 layers and a total egg production per day of 20,000. This meat processing factory can process 50 cattle a day and 1,000 chickens an hour. His partnership with NASIT is one that is going on well. He commended government and all of those institutions and individuals who supported his initiative.
Our special gratitude to His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Republic of Sierra Leone and his governments for providing the enabling environment for investments. Many thanks also credibly goes to the board of Sarah Aka for their selfless and huge contribution to the company. Here at Koso Town, our impact is already felt. We have refurbished a community dam at the cost of 100 million leones even before production. As a responsible corporate citizen, the company is proud to be able to give back to the community in which it operates. Poultry farming contributes in household, food security, and it helps diversify income, provides quality food, energy, fertilizer, and renewable assets. Consumption of eggs and poultry provides a viable source of protein for our fast-growing population. Thanks to the provisional census results, we hope to achieve an egg for each child status in this country.
Commissioning of the first ever meat processing factory in the country. President Anesbai Nkrumah called on other Sierra Leoneans to emulate Pakai Kamara by thinking outside the box and make use of the opportunities under the private-public sector policy, as the private sector is the engine for economic growth and development. He said Sierra Leone needs to make more Pakais and to refrain from moving around with fake business plans, as underperformance has been a major hindrance to the country's growth and development. President Nkrumah encouraged Sierra Leoneans to be patriotic by ensuring that they think the country first. He, however, admonished Pakai and group to remain focused and not to be complacent.
Today, I feel very, very pleased to perform this commissioning ceremony of the Sarah Aka Food Processing Company. I'm pleased because I don't get myself involved with this young man activities for quite some time now. It has been a long journey for him, but he don't remain focused and he don't show commitment throughout that journey on to this point. The serve with them commission is processing, food processing plants too. The commissioning to me is very timely because it is send the signal out there that Sierra Leone done ready for re-engage in business once more.
The president was taken on a conducted tour of the Sarah Aka meat processing factory, the first in the Mano River Union. Reporting for SLBC News, I'm Sheikh Usmail.
To mark Sierra Leone's 55th independence anniversary, the First Lady Nyama Koroma has donated food items to orphanages in the western area. Kojo Kwafo reports.
Bags of rice, onions, salt, gallons of cooking oil, and cartons of Maggi cubes and tomato paste. Several orphanages, including the Varieties Orphanage at King Tom, Don Bosco at 4th Street, and this orphanage for polio victims at Waterloo, benefited from the gesture. According to Florence Cisse, who coordinates the Women's Initiative for Safer Health project in the Office of the First Lady, the donations are the First Lady's Independent Day gift to vulnerable children in orphanages in the Western area. She says that the First Lady is passionate about children, especially vulnerable children, and has initiated several projects to help ease their suffering, protect them, and provide them a future to look forward to.
The best way it will feel satisfied is from them and support. And we do and surprisingly, we don't even call. We get on a number there, but we not call. We say this, don't say just time for bless someone. Simple way, not about call, but we believe it. We touch the life of every man or woman we give to. Thank you for our work, and let God continue for the peaceful inside the Thank you so much.
The children and their caretakers were excited, thankful, as expressed in the songs they sang.
I don't remember cooking the way some they college, some they do other things. I'm so amazed for letting the president to turn attention at this home. And the only one other social welfare already started. And I pray that God, your attention will turn to them here. When are the most vulnerable able to begin them. When of them nobody will help them in this world. I pray that you say they ask with desire will turn to them. As you see no then I will try to get ask desire. And God will multiply more for him and his husband. We hope for Sabidi one day, and then they ask this orphanage. that Sierra Leone for pay attention at this home. If me disabled, they do this kind of work. No man, they don't able to am. But take people like this, they ask, they think how they take care of her. They talk, they sit down, they able to do nothing for it to pass away the career. And even lack of finances, some people they will die in our hand.
Every year, the First Lady hosts a party for children. In the past 2 years, she has not been able to do so because of the Ebola outbreak. These children are hopeful that now that Ebola has been defeated, they can once again enjoy their annual Christmas party at the Presidential Lodge, where Santa will make all their wishes come true. Kojo Kwafo, SLBC.
Well, in case you've just joined us, this is News Hour Live on the SLBC. The Ministry of Education, in collaboration with the National Electoral Commission and partners, has launched the distribution of teaching and learning materials nationwide. The National Electoral Commission has been hired to distribute the educational materials nationwide because most schools are used as polling stations during elections. The ceremony took place at the McKinney City Council Hall. Daphne Macaulay filing this report.
Teaching and learning materials there, and they are real kids where you yourself doing for you to the school. This now there, and this now the bookshelf. Where I will get this now 1A, this now the primary school. So then I go to give now. You always will get sometimes you go to classes. But this now a symbolic presentation or says that this launching will not start until the effectively. And NEC and DGs and the districts will now start the distribution as we do this programming.
22 billion loans have been spent for the purchasing of these educational materials for both primary and secondary schools in the country. The 10-day distribution process will be done by the National Electoral Commission because of the well-known logistical strength exhibited during elections. These are sample of the school materials that will be distributed nationwide. Launching the distribution process in McKinney City Council Hall, the Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Dr. Minkailuba, said the ministry has paid 3.5 billion loans as fees for primary schools. The minister stressed that these school materials should not be put on sale and that anyone caught with them will be prosecuted. He said the ministry was able to retrieve from booksellers 268 government books that were earlier distributed. Deputy Country Representative of the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, Sandra Latoff, said it is part of their mandate to assist in basic education in every country they operate. She said UNICEF will continue its close collaboration with the Ministry of Education to improve education in the country. Chairperson of the National Council of Paramount Chiefs, PC by Shebura Kasanga III of Bambali Shebure Chiefdom, said Paramount Chiefs should monitor the distribution process, especially when it has reached the schools. He appealed for a qualified secretary in each chiefdom to properly align their documents. Chairman of the Bambali District Council, John Shangai Koroma, said education is the foundation of growth for every country's development. He advised that the school materials be distributed adequately and well monitored. To parents and teachers, the distribution of these school materials will reduce the burden of buying exercise and textbooks and will also aid the improvement of education in the country.
Minister of Youth Affairs by Mahmoud Bangura has disclosed plans to introduce technical vocational education in the Mathen Village, Lokomasima Chiefdom, Botloko District. The objective is to empower young people in that part of the country to be able to fit into the opportunities provided for youths by President Nkrumah. Mr. Bai Mahmoud Bangura was speaking at the commissioning of a community center constructed by a son of the soul, Ali Mami Kamara. Doreen Kaloko reports.
Chief, how are you?
We apologize for the sound. Advocate, a legal advocacy organization, has celebrated Sierra Leone's 55th independence anniversary with female inmates at the New England Correctional Center. The celebrations, which saw the distribution of food and non-food items to inmates, coincides with the 10th anniversary of Advocate. Princess Gibson saw it all.
Even though these inmates are behind bars, could not stop them from being part of this year's independence celebrations. Female inmates put on their dancing shoes, thankfully to the intervention of Advocate, a legal advocacy group. This intervention is prompted by the activities of Advocate. Simiti Lavalley is its executive director.
Basically, as you said, we are celebrating independence with our inmates for them to realize that even if they are behind bars, they are still part of Sierra Leone society, and so they should also be able to celebrate. And let us also reflect back as a nation about what strides have we made to improve prison conditions.
However, during the celebrations, the SLBC realized that lactating mothers were behind bars with their babies.
For the other children who are a bit older and who have their mothers, maybe they have nobody reliable. The policy within the correctional centers is that up to a maximum year of age of like 2 years.